Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Etogus Marti. I'm an English education student at Universitas Negeri Padang. In this video, I will discuss about past tense. There are four materials that will be discussed, starting from definitions, types, regular and irregular verbs, as well as the use of past tense in story text. Let's discuss the definition first. What is past tense? The past tense is a verb form used to express actions, events, or states of being that have already concluded. It signifies that the action or state occurred at a point or period before the present moment. This grammatical form is crucial for conveying a sense of time and sequence in narratives and descriptions of prior event. There are four types of past tense, including simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, and past perfect continuous tense. Simple past tense is used for completed actions in the past, series of past events, and past habits or states. Simple past formation using regular verbs by adding ed at the end of the vocabulary, such as play becomes played or work become worked. It also uses irregular verbs, which is a unique past forms, such as go becomes went or see becomes saw. For example, I visited my grandmother last week. She walked to the park and bought ice cream. Past continuous tense is used for ongoing actions in the past, simultaneous past actions, or setting the scene for another past actions. The formation of past continuous using was or were plus verb ing. For examples, I was watching TV when the phone rang. While she was cooking, he was reading the newspaper. Past perfect tense is used for actions completed before another past action. It emphasizes on one past event happening before another. The formation of past perfect using had plus past participle. For examples, when I arrived, the movie had already started. She had eaten dinner before she went to the party. Past perfect continuous tense is used for actions continuing for a period before another past action. It emphasizes on the duration of a past action. Past perfect continuous using formation had been plus verb ing. For examples, they had been playing tennis for 2 hours when it started to rain. She had been working on the project all day. From the previous explanation, there are use of regular and irregular verbs. Let's discuss about regular verbs first. Regular verbs are verbs that follow a consistent pattern to form their past tense and past participle. This pattern typically involves adding ed or d to the base form of the verb. For example, work becomes worked in both the past tense and past participle. This predictability makes learning and using regular verbs are easier than irregular verbs, which have unique and often unpredictable past tense and past participle forms. While irregular verbs are verbs that do not follow the standard rule of adding ed or d to the base form to create their past tense and past participle. Instead, they have unique and often unpredictable form. For example, the verb go becomes went in the past tense and gone in the past participle, deviating from the expected pattern. Let's take a look at the use of the past tense in a short story text entitled A Childhood Adventure. This story uses three types of past tense, including simple past tense, which is highlighted in yellow, past continuous tense in blue, and past perfect tense in green. Let's read the story. Last summer, my family and I decided to visit my grandparents' old farmhouse in the countryside. I was really excited because I had heard so many stories about this place when I was younger. When we arrived there, I was amazed by how big the old house was. It had a huge garden filled with all sorts of flowers and vegetables. The first day we were there, my grandfather took me on a tour of the property. He showed me the old barn where he used to keep his animals and the apple orchard where we picked the sweetest apple I ever tasted. We spent the rest of the day exploring the woods behind the house. One afternoon, my cousin and I decided to go on a treasure hunt. We made a map and hid a small box of candy somewhere in the garden. We searched for hours, but we couldn't find it. Just as we were about to give up, we heard a noise coming from the old well. We peered over the edge and saw the box floating in the water. We used a long stick to fish it out. As the sun began to set, we gathered around the campfire and roasted marshmallows. We told stories and laughed until our sides ached. I will never forget that summer. It was one of the best times of my life. Alright, that's a brief discussion about past tense. Hopefully you can understand it well. I'm apologize if there are any mistake in my delivery. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.